While we're here, let's look at the point situation going into 2A. Budweiser sitting pretty. Atlas Van Lines, the Renault with a third-place finish last heat. Executone, and no points for the bottom two boats there, so they need some help coming into 2A. Now let's set the stage for 2A. On the inside is the Renault, then the Atlas Van Lines as they go around the west turn, getting ready for the start. You see the Executone next to the Budweiser getting almost blown over by the prop wash of the Budweiser. It appears the Executone's all right. Here comes the start of Heat 2A. Fell to the Budweiser in lane number 3, pouring it on, going around the outside. You see the Atlas Van Lines behind him, and on the inside, the Renault with Milner Irvin. Bouncing along is the Budweiser. Oh my, Jim Kropfeld going for quite a ride as he goes around the turn. Here comes the Executone Telephones in 4th place. George Johnson appears to be all right, and he's still rolling. Here's the challenge. Again, just like Heat 1A, the Bud against the Atlas. Again, the Atlas in lane number 1, the Budweiser in lane number 2 as they go down the back chute. This is some of the fastest racing in the history of this sport as those two boats go down the back chute. 3rd place is the Renault with Milner Irvin into the west turn. Oh, look at the turn by the turbine engine and the Atlas Van Lines with Chip Hanauer. He's now deck-to-deck with the Budweiser. He now has the lead. What a turn by Chip Hanauer and the turbine-powered Atlas Van Lines. Chip Hanauer is screaming down the main chute. Let's get a time. 137.7 miles per hour. Here you see part of the crew. That is a new national record for a 2.5-mile competition lap. Fran Muncie, you see. There's Jim Lucero, the team manager. He's not even watching the race. He's looking ahead, I guess. But that is a new national record set by that boat for one lap in competition. 137.7, just beating that man right there, Jim Kropfeld, who set the record earlier in Heat 1A. 3rd place still belongs to Milner Irvin and the Miss Renault as he goes into that rather choppy water, as he calls it, 3rd place water. 4th place goes to the Executone Telephone. Kenny Toyota, there he is. Earl Hall making his debut in 1984. He drove the Squire shop in 1983. Look at this boat. Look how well it corners. The low center of gravity. That's one of the big bonuses for the turbine-powered boats. The engines are lower. They're lighter. The boat itself, absolutely perfect in aerodynamic design. Built and designed by Jim Lucero. This Ron Jones hull, let's face it, it's one of the all-time greatest hulls in the business, the Budweiser, and that is the leader, the Atlas Van Lines with Chip Hanauer. Milner Irvin out of Miami, Florida, Coral Gables as he comes down in 3rd place here in Heat 2A on the Columbia River, and my goodness, he's going for a ride too today. Atlas behaving quite well. It rides over this rather rough water now quite well as he goes down the back chute now along that probably over 100,000 people today. But he is in control in 1st place. Still 3rd place to Renault with Milner Irvin. Got the new wing back on there after losing it in Detroit 2 weeks ago. The Atlas Van Lines came out of Detroit not too badly beat up, really. They had trouble getting it started, though, for the final with the rough water and the wash coming over into the turbine engine. Budweiser in 2nd. You see the huge lead now by the Atlas Van Lines here on this 2.5-mile course on the Columbia River. The Budweiser, still one of the most beautiful boats in the business. It will be retired. Bernie Little, the owner, has already said we're going turbine in 1985. The Atlas Van Lines, Chip Hanauer, 1st place, going after 400 points. If he does so, he will have 700 for the day and sitting quite pretty for the final or getting into the final. Of course, we have one more flight, 3A and 3B, as well as 2B coming up. Here's your battle for 3rd and 4th place. The Executone Telephone on the outside with George Johnson on the right. In 3rd place is Milner Irvin and the Renault. Here comes the Executone. George Johnson paying the price, getting a little more air into that boat than he would like to. But here is your leader and appears to be the winner for Heat 2A. Chip Hanauer coming around for the checkered flag down the main chute. He'll pick up another 400 points for the Atlas Van Lines. Chip Hanauer, winner of Heat 2A. 2nd place to Jim Kropfeld. He'll pick up 300 points. That will give him 700 for the day, tied with the Atlas Van Lines. The Budweiser